EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. 56. Quit talking about it and bring it.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
56. Defense wins championships, baby. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready? Express. Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. We do it.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Heavy. Watch the sled. Check. Crunch.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 22 yards there, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Watch the whip.
On first and 10, it's Lindsay. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Kill. White Monday down. Tight dog.
Throwing now is Carr. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Down. 180. Coming to you. Coming to you.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Check 13.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
SOS. 29. Get down. Get down.
From the gun, it's Carr. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
For the Bronco field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. On first and 10, Costello. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there in the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun, Costello. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Broncos, first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Carr. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On first down, Costello. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Throwing on first down, Costello. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Costello. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Man, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Bravo.
Back to throw. Costello. That's complete. It's Damian Willis. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw is Edwards. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. Throw caught there by Willis. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 27. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They needed a yard. They got it. First down. Looking to throw. Costello. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Down. Blue 80. Hey, 734. Here we go, Steve. Here I come. Quiet down. Check nickel.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down.
Hey, Alpha. Check 55.
23-yard line.
55.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Down. 185. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 637.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And able to find Green. A.J. Green, the 20, 10. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Let's go. Let's bring. Easy. Kill. Hey, look, 3. Well, Bimbo.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A.J. Green. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, so then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Setting up the screen here to Edwards. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Second and 2. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Go, go, go. Go, go. 5.
Back to throw. Costello going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. This is taken at his 4.
The Broncos take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own
Let's go.
21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right.
Fly down. Switch.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Down. 185. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, here we go. Hey, Raider 2. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He completes this to Sutton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. They'll run here with Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Watch the pass. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Express. Hey, orbit. Mike 35. Mike 35. Express. Watch the pass.
Throwing on second and 14. Carr. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
What down? 180. Kiwi's trash. Let's go.
On first down, Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
54. You're trash. You're trash.
Kill, kill, kill.
From the gun, Carr, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. Well, the connection. This is Ryan Izzo, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Edwards now on first and 10. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looking to throw. Costello. And he's going to have the hook up to Izzo. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Costello. And he finds Howard complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's the backup Rudolph. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. This one is right down Broadway. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here we go. 185.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Yo, Chief.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Now.
51.
180. 180. We're good. 280. Ready to 1.
Mike 51. Hey, it's time to... Hey, let's go. It's time to come.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Keep playing hard.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Stay at home, stay at home. Let's go.
Now Rudolph on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
4 yards on the pickup.
Mike 54.
Second down 6. At the 50-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, tight.
From the gun, Carr. He's got his man here. It's Green. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down, 188, 618. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Check. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. 3 bucks.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr escaping the pressure right. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his 2nd incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Get that quarterback.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, 51's the mic. 51's the mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's got Green. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late.
A 33-yard attempt.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Rudolph on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Bandit.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the